Imagine standing on a barren red desert. The sky above you is thin, silent, lifeless. No wind on your face, no breath in your lungs. Now imagine this same place thousands of years from now. Blue skies, flowing rivers, clouds drifting overhead, and humans walking freely without spacesuits. It sounds like science fiction. But scientists, engineers, and billionaires are seriously asking this question today. Can we terraform Mars? And if we can, should we? Watch this video till the end to understand why the reality of terraforming Mars is far more extreme, audacious, and unsettling than you might expect. Mars has always fascinated us, not just because it's close, but because it feels familiar. A day on Mars is only about 40 minutes longer than a day on Earth. It has seasons, ice caps, evidence of ancient rivers and lakes. Billions of years ago, Mars may have looked surprisingly Earth-like, but today, it's a frozen desert with an atmosphere so thin you'd lose consciousness in seconds. So why terraform Mars? Some say it's about survival, a backup for humanity. Others say it's about curiosity, legacy, or proving we can shape worlds. But terraforming Mars isn't just a bold dream. It's a problem so massive it forces us to confront the limits of science, energy, time, and ethics. Let's start with the first obstacle. Mars barely has an atmosphere. Mars's atmospheric pressure is less than 1% of Earth's. That means liquid water can't exist on the surface for long. It also means no protection from radiation or extreme temperature swings. To terraform Mars, we'd need to thicken the atmosphere dramatically. One proposal sounds deceptively simple. Release massive amounts of greenhouse gases. Scientists have suggested using carbon dioxide locked in the polar ice caps. Industrial greenhouse gases far stronger than CO2. Even mining the Martian soil itself to release trapped gases. The idea? Trap heat. Warm the planet. Kickstart a runaway greenhouse effect. But here's the problem. Mars may not actually have enough CO2 to do the job. Even if we released all of it, the warming might be disappointing. Mars is cold, brutally cold, average surface temperature about 60 degrees. To warm it, scientists have floated ideas that feel almost mythological. One proposal: orbital mirrors, giant reflective structures in space that would focus sunlight onto Mars's surface, melting ice caps and warming the planet. Another idea: redirecting comets or icy asteroids, crash them into Mars to deliver heat, water, and gases. Sounds epic, right? But now think about the scale. You're not nudging a comet, you're redirecting a mountain of ice moving faster than a bullet. And missing by even a tiny margin could wipe out everything on the planet. Terraforming Mars starts to feel less like engineering and more like planetary gambling. Even if we somehow warmed Mars and thickened its atmosphere, there's a deeper problem. Mars has no global magnetic field. Earth's magnetosphere shields us from the sun's charged particles. Mars lost its magnetic field billions of years ago, and the solar wind slowly stripped its atmosphere away. That means any atmosphere we create on Mars could just leak into space again. One radical proposal suggests placing a giant magnetic shield in space, near Mars's L1 Lagrange point, to deflect solar wind artificially. It's a stunning idea. Also one of the most ambitious engineering projects ever imagined. We're talking about planet-scale energy systems. Continuous operation for centuries, technology humanity hasn't even begun to build. Here's the part most terraforming discussions gloss over. Time. Terraforming Mars wouldn't take decades, or even centuries. We're talking thousands to tens of thousands of years. You wouldn't see the results. Your children wouldn't either. Even entire civilizations might rise and fall before Mars truly changed. Terraforming isn't a project. It's a commitment across generations. So ask yourself, is our humans capable of sustaining a plan that long? There's one more uncomfortable question. What if Mars already has life? Even microbial life buried beneath the surface would change everything. Terraforming could wipe it out before we even know it exists. Do we have the right to reshape another planet just because we can? Or should Mars remain a pristine record of planetary history? Terraforming Mars isn't just a technical challenge, it's a moral one. So can we terraform Mars? In theory, yes. In practice, not anytime soon. Terraforming Mars would require unimaginable energy planet scale engineering, thousands of years, and a level of global cooperation humanity has never achieved. But maybe that's the point. Terraforming Mars forces us to confront our limits. It asks whether we can think beyond lifetimes, beyond nations, beyond ourselves. And maybe before we try to turn Mars into Earth, we should learn how to take better care of the Earth we already have. Because if we can't protect Earth, what makes us think we're ready to build a second one? Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to this channel if you want to know more fascinating facts about space like these.